Hello, my friends. This is Dr. B again. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about the lies, the scam regarding colon, the large intestine, cleansing, colon cleansing, and colon detoxification. So, Dr. B, who has 30 plus years of experience, can detect a scam. I call these people healthcare scammers, healthcare charlatans, healthcare quacks, right? I have 30 plus years of experience in medicine. I know the human being, the body, our physiology, anatomy, pathology, everything, right? Like the back of my hand. I know histology, I know biochemistry, I know chemistry, I know molecular biology, I know cellular biology, right? I know everything about the human body, from health to diseases, right? 30 plus years of practice in medicine, right? I can see in a second the scam, the lies that they are selling to you. Keep your credit card ready. Buy me this little solution to cleanse, to detoxify your colon. The colon is the large intestine, right? Which is responsible for absorbing the water from the intestinal chyme. When you eat, your intestine digests the food, your small intestine absorbs the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, blah, blah, blah. The residues and non-digested fibers and blah, 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 they go into your colon, your large intestine, right? That goes from your lower right side to the lower left side. Then it becomes poop. It absorbs the water. It creates poop, right? So they are selling you this solution. Buy me this little bar, or buy me 10 of these. Make sure you keep your credit card ready. Give me $50. And they are selling millions of this stuff. Guys, the healthcare scammers, I call them healthcare quacks, healthcare charlatans, they make billions of dollars all over the USA selling this kind of fake stuff to the ignorant people. And I say ignorant respectfully. You, the average Joe, you, the average Jane, who has absolutely no clue about medicine, you fall for these scams, right? And you pay and you think you're going to cleanse, detoxify your colon. It's all a scam. There is no such thing as detoxifying, cleansing your colon, right? I posted a video a few days ago. Please look at it, regarding the same scam about cleansing, detoxifying your liver. It's another healthcare scam by these healthcare scammers, these healthcare charlatans. You see, in most countries of Europe, false advertising is against the law. You have huge civil penalties, and if you do it again, you get criminal penalties. But here in the US, it's absolutely not against the law. So any guy, any freaking guy, from anybody to anybody, can come and make a little solution and have a factory make these little bottles and call it rejuvenation, the fountain of youth. Just drink this stuff. Make sure you keep your credit card ready. Buy it in the link below, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's such a crazy scam, guys. Guys, the function of our large intestine, the colon, is to make poop, is to absorb the water from everything that has not been digested and absorbed by the small intestine, right? The small intestine digest and absorb the nutrients of food. Everything else go into your colon, the large intestine. The water is absorbed and it becomes poop. From the colon, it is put into your rectum, the last part, just above your butthole, right? Then your butthole, the anus in medicine, we call that the anus, right, opens and you defecate. Defecation also called exoneration, or the medical term to say to poop. So the colon, the large intestine, produces poop, and it is full of poop in addition to 100 trillion, not million, not billion, bacteria, trillion bacteria, right? Remember, in an average human body, adult, we have about 37 trillion, not a million, not billion, trillion cells, healthy cells that forms the 4 tissues of your body, right? The cells of our body, right? That make up who we are. In addition to that, on our skin, in our mouth, in our nasal passages, ear canal, right? In the vagina of woman, in our throat, and in our rectum, we find trillions of bacteria, right? Trillions of bacteria in our colon, right? An estimated total, most of them in the colon, right? In the colon. The poop is full of bacteria, right? Where do they come from? They come from the colon, right? So the colon has about 100 trillion, 99%, let's say, of these 100 trillion bacteria that live on our skin, our mouth, throat, vagina, and colon, right? What do you mean when you say you're going to detoxify? What do you mean when you're going to say you're going to cleanse the rectum? Means you're going to drink that little freaking stuff that they sell you for $75 and you're going to eliminate your poop? But well, your poop is going to come back because you're going to keep eating food and poop going to come back. So just go buy prune juice, right? You're going to have a massive diarrhea, swallow a huge bottle, right? 1 liter of prune juice. After 10-15 minutes, you're going to have a huge diarrhea. You're going to eliminate all this poop. But what is the point? You're not going to cleanse your rectum, because even if you eliminate your colon, because even if you eliminate the poop, you still have some poop inside it and still trillions of bacteria left. So what are you going to do? You're going to disinfect your colon? It's like saying, I'm going to disinfect my mouth. Or the woman saying, I want to disinfect my vagina. I want to cleanse my vagina. But the vagina is a self-cleansing organ, right? You don't cleanse the vagina. You don't do any douching in the vagina, right? I posted a video about how to have a healthy vagina. And you should not do any douching, right? Douching of the vagina is not healthy. You don't cleanse the vagina. The vagina is a self-cleansing organ, if there's anything called self-cleansing. And there are billions of bacteria in the vagina, like in the mouth. When you brush your teeth, you don't kill the bacteria, right? How are you going to disinfect your mouth? What are you going to take some iodine solution, betadine? What are you going to do? You're going to put bleach in your mouth to kill all the bacteria, but the next thing you know, you're going to eat something, millions of bacteria are going to come back. These are the natural commensal, we call them commensal bacteria. In our mouth, vagina, colon, nasal cavities, ear canal, skin, all over my skin, all over your skin. You have trillions of bacteria, billions of bacteria that are natural, healthy, right? They protect you against overgrowth of molds, right? Of yeast, right? Yeast, right? Candida albicans, right? So you cannot disinfect your colon. I mean, these people have absolutely no clue about microbiology, about anatomy, about physiology, about how our body works, but they are quacks, they are healthcare crooks, healthcare charlatans, right? And they sell you, and there's also, I saw a few times, these little pills that you eat. This pill supposedly is going to cleanse your colon. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, it just doesn't mean anything. It's like saying I'm going to disinfect my skin. Unless you want to have surgery, right? Nobody's gonna disinfect your skin. And when you have surgery, you disinfect. The surgeon is gonna prep the specific area where he wants to open your skin. Or if you want to have an IV or a blood draw, right, the phlebotomist or the nurse gonna take some alcohol swab and disinfect locally just that area of the skin so that they can insert the needle and tap some blood or inject some medication, right? But there shouldn't be anything called skin cleansing, disinfecting, right? Detoxification of the skin, detoxification of the mouth, cleansing of the mouth, cleansing of the vagina, detoxification of the vagina. These are all scams, right? Please, guys, do not fall for these scammers. Guys, the colon, our intestine, needs care. You need to take care of your colon if you want to stay away from colon cancer, right? You need to take care of your colon if you want to stay away from irritable bowel disease, right? Irritable bowel syndrome, I apologize, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Or if you want to stay away from constipation, you need to have a healthy colon. So how do you take care of your colon? What is the key solution to take care of your colon? It is to eat decent amount of healthy fibers. And so number one, healthy fibers, right, from fruits and vegetables, and probiotics, healthy good probiotics. I get them. I get my probiotics from fat-free, sugar-free yogurt. Every day I swallow 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon in the afternoon when I come back from my gym, and 1 tablespoon of fat-free yogurt. And I get all my probiotics that I need, right? And I forgot to say that my fibers, dietary fibers, I get them from nuts. Walnut, almond, peanut, and pistachios. And also from my tomato paste, right? But if you want, like I used to before, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and blah, 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 you'll get all the fibers you need. So number one, have enough fibers in your diet. Number two, probiotics. Number three, you need to stay away from processed food. All this nasty stuff that, like my sister, people put in their mouth. Day in, day out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times per day they are eating. My sister, she's a disaster. I mean, I love her, but she doesn't listen to me. She doesn't give a cazzo about my recommendation. She doesn't give a cazzo about her future, that she might get colon cancer, breast cancer, dementia, heart failure, kid. She doesn't give a cazzo. She just enjoys life. Like a little dog, she lives day to day, right? Ooh, today is a great day. Let's go eat. Okay, after eating at the Burger King, she goes in the afternoon, she orders a slice of pizza, and then she goes to the ice cream stuff. And then she orders a burrito, and then they go sit down at a cafe. They have some croissant full of freaking sugar and a shake full of sugar. I mean, it's nasty what people do to their health. So remember, your colon doesn't need any cleansing, doesn't need any disinfection, doesn't need any detoxification. Stay away from these scams. Just eat enough fibers, enough probiotics, and stay away from processed food, especially processed red meat. It's any processed meat, right? All these sausages and pepperonis. I mean, this is just nasty. It's just freaking nasty what people put in their body, and then they wonder why at the age of 60, 65, 70, 75, they get diagnosed with dementia, colon cancer, right? Rectal cancer. I mean, it's crazy what people do. Follow my recommendation. And last but not least, Don't fall in the trap of eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. When you are young, it's okay. Go ahead, be my guest. Eat as much as you want of fruits and vegetables, right? After a certain age, try to replace some of your fruits and vegetables with no sugar alternatives, right? Like nuts, like avocados, right? Avocados are so healthy for you, right? They have very, very, very low amount of sugar. They are full of healthy fat, vitamins, mineral, nutrients, antioxidant, dietary fiber, everything you need. Same thing for nuts. I eat walnuts, pistachios, peanuts, and almonds. No sugar, no fat in any of these. A little handful during my lunch, a little handful maybe in the afternoon if I'm hungry, or a little handful at night as a dinner. That's it. Right? With some tea, with some coffee, no caffeine after 12 o'clock, right? And that's all you need to do for your freaking colon. The same way the only thing a woman needs to do for her vagina is not to put any freaking douching and to put probiotics, like I posted the video. I posted a video about how to have a healthy vagina. And that's it. And the vagina will cleanse itself, right? It's the same thing for your mouth. Make sure you go see your dentist every 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months, right? Brush your teeth after each meal, and that's it. You don't need to do any freaking stuff, and your mouth will be healthy. You don't need to pour any cleansing stuff, any detoxifying stuff. So it's the same for your colon. Your colon will be always full of poop no matter what you do, unless of course you take the polyethylene glycol, right? PEG before a colonoscopy, right? You drink these 2 gallons of PEG, that nasty solution. It makes you go the whole day, your colon and intestine are completely empty. Then you have your colonoscopy so that the GI doctor can see if you have any polyps or colon cancer, right? But other than that, and after that, of course, the guy goes quickly, he eats, right? Because he's super hungry. He didn't eat since yesterday. So he's going to recolonize his complete colon full of bacteria and poop, right? Which is normal, for God's sake, right? It's just natural, normal freaking stuff, right? But make your colon healthy. Stop eating garbage, processed food. Put normal, healthy dietary fibers and have probiotics, right? And also, the problem with fruits and vegetables is that they have too much sugar, right? Too much sugar in fruits. Now, there are a lot of vegetables that are low in sugar. You can have those. And there are some fruit that have what we call a low glycemic index that will not give a huge rise of sugar and therefore insulin in your blood. You can choose those. But after a certain age, you need to limit that amount because your colon is old. I'm 50 years young, right? 50. My colon, my large intestine is 50 years old, right? Even though it's healthy. I can no longer, like when I was younger, a kid, a teenager, a young adult, right? My intestine can no longer handle massive amount of salads and fruits and vegetables, a hamburger, pizza, blah, 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 that you used to eat 5 times constantly. I used to eat, guys. I had so much energy. I used to go to the gym, then go bike, then go ski in winter, then go swimming. I was constantly exercising, so I would eat constantly. My intestines were young, so they could handle this huge amount of bulk of food. It was crazy, right? But now that I'm 50, I'm working more, so I don't have the time to exercise as much. And my intestine can no, because they're old, like my eyes, they're getting old, like everything, right? Only God never gets old, right? Even though I posted a video about how to slow down your aging, how to age gracefully, like Dr. B, right? All my health parameters are those of a baby, right? So it's possible, but you have to be realistic, right? Your intestine can no longer handle massive amount of food and digest it and make poop, massive amount of pooping every day, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times in the toilet, right? Like young kids and young healthy adults, right? Who are constantly eating because they have a high metabolism, they exercise constantly, right? But be realistic. Don't expect too much from your intestine. And then like my sister who complains, oh, how come I need a colon cleansing? I need a colon detoxification because I cannot poop anymore regularly like before. Well, obviously she's 55 years old. She keeps eating like she was 20 years old. She expects that her intestine can handle that much food. So she keeps eating like there's no tomorrow, right? And then she complains, how come her intestine, her colon cannot handle all this food that she eats 10 times per day, right? And nasty stuff, right? Fruits, vegetables, salad, pizza, burgers, rice and pasta. I mean, you name it, everything they put, and then the ice cream and the stuff. And then they complain they have diabetes in my family, right? My sister, including other people. Their tummy is like a 9-month pregnant woman. And then she complains her tummy, she's always gassy. I mean, I mean, it's crazy. I take the ultrasound probe, right? Dr. B is an expert in medical ultrasound. I take the ultrasound probe, I put it on my tummy. My God, there's no fat, there's nothing. There's no gas, nothing. It's flat. My tummy is flat like a board. I have no gas. I'm not bloated at all. It's flat, all right? I put it on my sister or my family members. My God, their belly is like a drum. You can see nothing. You can see nothing because all you see is poop and gas. Millions of people are like this, right? Because after a certain age, they keep eating like there's no tomorrow, like when they were 20 years old. Guys, you cannot do that. The same way, you can no longer lift heavy. I used to squat, right? A huge amount of weight. I used to bench press a huge amount of weight, right? But I stopped doing that because my knees, right, and my spine were no longer able to handle these huge, massive weights that I used to lift when I was going to the gym, right? So my knees starting to hurt, my back starting to hurt a few years ago. I just said to myself, listen, I need to scale down all these weights, right? So now I lift less weight. My knees are super healthy. My back is now completely healthy. I have no more any joint pain, nothing, right? So it's the same thing. If you are bloated, if you are constipated, don't complain to your doctor. Just zip your mouth. Do like Dr. B, eat less portion, tiny little portion. You need fibers, but not as much as you think you need, right? If I tell you, and I told you in this video, that you need dietary fibers for your colon to be healthy, it doesn't mean that you have to stick billions of cubic feet of dietary fiber of salad and fruits and vegetable in your mouth, right? Reasonable, a small amount every day, a small amount in the morning, a small amount of fibers in the afternoon, and a small amount of fibers in the evening. Maybe 1 avocado in the morning, half an avocado during your lunch, and half an avocado in the evening, right? Or maybe if you like beans, a little bit of beans. But you have to cut back on the bulk, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So there is no formula that fits everyone. You, my brother, my sister, my father, my mom, my auntie, whoever the cazzo you are, it doesn't matter. You know better yourself than me, right? I don't know you, but you know your body. You know you're eating too much. You know that very well. You know that if you are bloated, you got a belly, you got love handle, you got a big buttocks, big hips, right? You need to cut this back, guys. And I gave you solution to that. I personally cut my hunger by eating a little handful of nuts, pure nuts. and no sugar, no salt, nothing, with some tea or coffee, decaf after 12 o'clock, right? And my brain is so busy with work, studying, reading, exercising, sleeping, right, that I don't have the time to think about food. So food is not in the center of my life. Food is in the little corner of my life, right? In the tiny little corner. Unlike my sister and all my family members for whom food is in the center. The center of their universe is food, right? They come from work, the first thing they do, they open the refrigerator. It's crazy, right? So you know yourself. You know you don't need any colon detoxification. You know that you have to follow my advice, my recommendation. Enough fibers, not too much. And of course, stay away from garbage food and get some probiotics. That's it. That will make you healthy. That will make you stay away from colon cancer. That will make you stay away from irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. That will make you stay away from colon diverticulitis. That will make you stay away from constipation. By not forgetting that your intestine is as old as you are. So if you are 60 years old, your colon is 60 years, for God's sake, just like your eyes, your knees, your back. What do you expect from a colon that is 60 years old? You expect that the colon is going to make poop and be functioning and pushing this poop very fast towards your butthole, like when you were 12 or 13 or 14 or 20 or 30 years old young adult? No, of course not. Your colon is also aging the same way your muscles are aging. Your everything, guys, right? Guys, please follow my recommendation. Dr. B is an honest doctor. I'm a medical doctor. As I swore with the Hippocratic oath that I will uphold the interest of people before my own interest. So I will never sell you garbage. I will never tell you garbage. I will never tell you fake stuff. I will never, ever, ever BS you, right? Because I'm a medical doctor and I know everything about the human body. I know everything about mathematics, physiology, chemistry, biochemistry, mineral chemistry, anatomy, physiology, molecular biology, pathology, medicine, medication, surgery, everything. Dr. B knows it after 30 plus years of experience. So listen to my recommendation, because I am here to help you. I am here to help you save your money, stay away from the quacks and the crooks and the charlatans, and help you age gracefully like Dr. B. Think about me. I'm 50 years young, right? All my parameters, blood pressure, hemoglobin A1C, glucose, cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. Everything like a baby. And I have no body fat, 0% visceral fat, nothing under my skin, nothing under in my liver, nothing in my intestine, nothing, right? Because you have to, I exercise good, I sleep good, I have a low stress work, low stress life, I have a simple life, no materialism in my life, it's not going to happen. I have a very, very simple, easy, low stress life. I exercise every day. I never, ever, ever, ever eat garbage processed food. And I zip my mouth by eating only one time per day, and that's a breakfast. That's it. During lunch, most of the time I skip it because I'm so busy with the patients and I love it. I don't have the time to have lunch, and that's great, right? It's a mini fasting, right? Skipping a lunch. Well, it's great. And at night, after I come back from work, in the afternoon, I go to the gym, come back, have my protein, and maybe some nuts, little olive oil, little caffeine-free tea, full of antioxidant, all these fibers, vitamin, I get everything I need. Olive oil, I love olive oil, walnut oil, right? I posted all these videos. Read my recommendation, listen to me, and God willing, in the next 50 years, we will still be together, because Dr. B is going to work for the next 50 years until I'm 100 years old, because I love patients, I love medicine, I love you, and God willing, I will still be your tutor, your mentor to age gracefully, and we will meet each other for the next 50 years until at the age of 100, I die peacefully in my bed. I love you guys. I really do. I love you. You are my new audience, my new students. Put your comments and your question, any Katsu question you want to ask down there, and I will get back to you. I promise. I give you a big hug. Bye-bye. Talk to you in the next video.